No Pants Productions interview with Handguns. You guys are on the Angst tour. How are you enjoying it so far?
It's great. It's a lot of fun. Everybody's
Today's actually like the first day of us headlining. And I've known Vera for a while, so I'm excited to meet up with them. They're here. We're all getting along swimmingly.
We've been with state champs for about 2 weeks or so, and City Lights about a week or so. It's been a lot of fun.
How much of it have you done alone?
None. We were out with state champs on the way out to Salt Lake, which is where we started the tour with Chunk, and we did that tour to the South by So What Festival. And then once that broke is kind of when the headliner started. So this is like day one.
So excited.
Yeah, it's going to be so much fun.
All right, well, why don't you give your names and positions that you play in the band real quick?
Taylor and I sing.
I'm Woody and I play drums.
Kyle, I play guitar.
I'm Siege, and I play the bass. Brandon, and I play guitar and sing. Funny story, the other day we did an interview at South by So What, and Taylor introduced himself and said, Taylor, I play guitar. Forgot about that. And he looked at me and just started laughing.
All right. So obviously you have 2 releases before Angst. Do you want to have any thoughts on major differences between these?
I guess you could say that Angst is a little more produced, but I mean, I don't really see like a huge difference between like our last 3 releases. But I mean, a lot of people said it's a little poppier, which is, I mean, I guess I can see that. But, yeah. So I mean.
All right. Well, Angst is the first full length, traditionally speaking, that is.
Yeah.
You have more full length, I would say, songs on it than on past releases that are more like a minute and a half, 2 minutes long. Now
I mean, there's honestly a record or a song on the record that's like
capsized.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
I want to make that a tradition on every record there, just because I think it's cool. I like short fast songs. I like Kid Dynamite.
That's
so.
yeah. I was just about to say Kid Dynamite. Good choices.
All right. Handguns as a band, you've always been going through lineup changes. Everybody is pretty much familiar with you guys knows that. You have touring members, different things like that. Most recently, obviously, Jake left. But how do you feel about this with this whole revolving door? Does it affect your mood towards it at all? Does it gear you towards it more?
It affects the mood a little bit. I mean,
I can tell you now that there's not going to be any more revolving doors of members. If anybody leaves, this isn't gonna.
This is the lineup.
Yeah.
This is it. No one sees anything else but this.
this is Handguns.
This is Handguns.
That's a really
dramatic.
Good feeling too.
I don't like to make a big deal out of it. This is definitely the lineup that's going to be touring and writing record, playing out.
Excellent.
This is it.
All right. What are your favorite songs to play live other than, obviously you're playing more stuff off Angst right now. So
I think we all like playing Porch Light a lot.
Porch Light's probably my favorite song to play, yeah.
It's the first one to come out to it. Everybody gets hyped.
I like playing Wait Up a lot.
Me too.
It's a fun song to play.
Still Rolling Away is definitely probably my favorite song to play.
Yeah,
it's like really slow and it's
It's
just
like a big ballad.
Yeah.
It's fun to, it's like a change of pace.
We tried it out in Japan for the week we're out there, and we're like, this is cool. So do it every now and then out here.
all right. You're about to go on Warped Tour. How do you feel about that?
It's a dream come true. It's what every band. I mean, not.
That's
every
why you
band.
start.
Every pop punk band goes, I want to play Warped Tour. Like you start a band, you're like, that's.
Obviously, we're beyond excited. So.
Are you playing the whole tour? Or
Yeah, every day except for the Canada dates. So.
I'll see you guys in Atlanta.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Probably be hot as balls that day too.
It's always hot in Atlanta. It's always hot. And even if it rains, they're like, fuck it, we're doing it anyway.
And we're doing it in the van.
It's fun.
Yeah, we're doing the whole Warped Tour in a van.
Yep.
So that's gonna be great.
It's gonna
This
be.
van?
It's gonna be.
Yeah, that van right there.
We'll get a shot of the van.
One with the
here.
fog on.
This wonderful beaut. It's gonna be a party.
Handguns fucking sucks.
Go Babyface Bill over there. Whatever. Give me your laminate.
You're off the tour.
Anyway.
Check out State Champs.
Considering that you call this the official Handguns lineup now, what is your advice to bands who go through constant lineup changes and struggle?
If you
Make
love
the
it,
best out of bad situations.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Just don't quit if you don't want to.
Yeah.
I feel like you'll know when everything falls into place finally. if you want something hard enough, you got to keep going after it until it just seems right, I guess.
And nothing with having comes easy. I mean.
No,
Yeah,
not at
exactly.
all.
It's true.
We been through so much. Like, me and Taylor were in the band last night just talking about, like, all the things that, like,
Yeah,
we've been through. And it's just,
I've clearly, out of all these members, I've been in the longest. So, you know, it's like, looking back on our first tour, like we did when, you know, we were fucking begging on street corners and shit. And now we're like playing at real venues. We have like a real tour manager. We're making. I mean, it's not all about the money, but you know, this is something I'm gonna make a living out of. So
Yeah.
just to see stuff like this happening right now, it's a cool feeling because it's awesome.
It's what you wanted. Yeah. That's what everybody wants.
All right, well, we always like to end these kind of interviews on silly little high notes. So, most punk kids I've interviewed were all little nerds, video games, comics, what have you.
That's kind of true.
yeah.
I don't really play. I was very anti-video games. And then I joined Handguns, would start touring, and then I was home for like these awkward amounts of time, so I bought an Xbox. And there went my life, like when I'm home. Like people would text me and be like, "Can you hang out like you?" So I'm like, "Yeah, maybe." No, Fallout 3 in my basement for hours. I'm a nerd with video games.
I used to be a nerd, Call of Duty and Madden, but now I just ride dirt bikes pretty much. I'm home, hang out with the girlfriend. Basically it.
I live in
Sugar
California, so I hang out in California a lot. And,
Just
go
California
around
things.
and do California things. I hang out with my family a lot. Mass text these guys.
That's text.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's
Which
about-
Taylor hates, so we do it a lot.
Well, I hated it the worst because I had an iPhone 3G, which got stolen 2 days ago.
In New Orleans.
But now I
Thanks.
can mass text, which is pretty sweet. But I was in there for a while. It was usually Crash Bandicoot when I was in like 3rd grade.
I actually have my PSP with me.
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank.
There you go.
And then I got to high school and all my friends played Call of Duty. And then I got out of high school and I wasn't working, so I just played Call of Duty from the time I woke up until I went to sleep.
I think we even talked about
yeah.
today, RuneScape.
Yeah,
Couple
that was my
huge
jam.
into RuneScape.
My brother lost his life for that game.
My mom just recently found out up until like maybe a couple of months ago, she was still getting charged $5 a month. So that's a thing.
I'm not. I don't do video games. I've actually. Me and my girlfriend kind of live together now, so I've honestly become like a housewife. So when she goes to work, I'm like cleaning up like the kitchen and doing laundry and like. Yeah, I pretty much. I go on jogs. I'm a housewife, so. I'll do your laundry. I'll do your dishes.
She had like 3 books and sit around, set the candles.
I do like comics though, but the only comic the only comics I'll read is I like Watchmen, which is a graphic novel, and then I'm a total Batman fan. But
Well, there you go. I mean, comics can count.
We went to a cool comic store the other day.
I try to stay as far away from like any electronic screen I can when I'm home because it just gets fucking annoying just sitting there looking at a fucking TV screen. I like to get outside and do stuff.
The only outside thing I do is play hockey with my friends pretty much every day.
I work out a lot in the gym. A lot of muscle milk and protein bars. And
That's a lot.
but then I kind of lose it when I go on tour, you know. I get a little bit smaller.
Bulking phase.
Yeah. Very
Shorting
unhealthy.
a lot, too.
Yeah, a lot.
His birthday was the other day, St. Patrick's Day. Little leprechaun we got here.
We have phone books that we keep in the back, so when Kyle drives, we just like put them on our seat. So, and we got blocks too. We put on the pedals.
He's like the same fucking
Sits on
height
phone
as me,
books.
dude.
It's right.
It's the same fucking height as me.
Whatever. I'm just not a leprechaun.
And it's like, there's no difference between us. Whatever. Keep going on with the interview.
Well, I'm pretty much done here. If you guys want to go ahead and since this is Handguns now, you want to go ahead and give your positions and names one more time for everybody out there viewing.
Aaron, he plays guitar.
I'm Woody, and I like to play the drums.
Kyle, and I try to play the guitar.
I'm CJ, and I play the shit out of bass, dude.
I'm Brandon, and I sing and play guitar, which means I'm more important than these two. And maybe. Just
Maybe.
kidding. Oh god, I just got that I'm getting kicked out of the band look. It was nice knowing you guys. Just
All right,
kidding.
well, I'll see you guys on stage.
Thanks, man.
Peace.
Appreciate it, man.
Good shot of you.
We're the worst at